Hey guys, what's going on? We're live. Falcor, say hi. Say hi to everyone, Falcor. Why do you look so judgy? I don't know why he looks so judgy. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for some people to log on. You wanna come hang out? You're gonna get in front of the camera? Come here. That's what you do best, right? This is Falcor, for those who don't know, my kitty, my lilac point Siamese kitty. I got him in a chokehold because he loves it. How's it going, everyone? I see you guys logging in here now. Luna's actually downstairs. She's outside behind that door, but I guess she's just hanging out, watching stuff. What else is going on today? What's going on with you guys? I actually ordered a remote control. I'm going to open it now. I just got it in the mail. And I bought this remote because all my stuff is not here yet. And I was going to go get my stuff by the end of this month. And I figured I wanted to play some games on my computer. So I got this one. It's red. Thanks, Falcor. You're blocking the camera, guy. He's always got to go on everything. He likes to lay on top of plastic bags and try to get inside of them all the time. So whenever I put something down, he's got to mess with it. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to get inside the bag? Is that what you're doing? He's always got to try to see if he fits inside of everything. Are you eating it? You're gonna eat the bag? Can I have this one? What? You gonna smack it? Alright. Anyway, yeah, so I got this remote. Sorry, let me fix this before it gets all grainy and weird. So yeah, I got this remote because I actually have a couple games on my PC that I haven't played in a really long time. And I wanted to do a couple of live streams where I post them on the channel as well. And playing with the trackball that I have doesn't work for all my games. I tried changing the drivers and like pulling the USB out and putting it back in while the game was in play and everything else, and it's just not working properly. So I figured I'd just get a game controller. It was like $10 or something like that online, so it was really cheap. This is actually just coffee. I'm not really supposed to be drinking a lot of coffee or anything, but every once in a while I can have it. So it's a caramel frappuccino. I've actually been kind of tired, from everything going on, so I'm drinking it so I can try and do this live stream. And I got an issue I keep looking up because there was a problem the other day. I'm going to show you guys. Let me see if I can flip the camera here. I noticed that it was leaking from the ceiling onto my table. So I tried to figure out what the problem was, and I found that there was a piece, I don't know if I have it here, I think it's upstairs. There was actually a piece of piping that was underneath my sink that was cracked and broken, and I didn't know that, and some of the water actually leaked through from the sink through the ceiling. And that bathroom has had problems before the landlord actually knew about it. And if you see over here, the previous tenant that used to live here didn't fix those issues right away, and it leaked through the ceiling there too. So she's actually, she knows that one of the things that I told her when I moved in was that I was going to help fix all these problems that I'm finding. And as some of you seen in my other videos that downstairs in the basement there was a bunch of pipes that broke because once the tenant moved out, they never winterized the pipes, and I guess when everything froze, it just started cracking and broke them all because they're all like CPVC pipes. So I fixed all of those. Obviously, that's why I got running water in the house now. But the bathroom has still had a couple of little problems. So they had a bowl underneath there that I'll show you guys in a minute, and I've been pretty much just emptying out that bowl whenever it just drips into it and fills up. But I guess the leak got a lot bigger, and one day when I was using the sink upstairs, it must have actually leaked down through the ceiling. And I came downstairs and noticed Falcor was drinking water from this table that I'm sitting on. And I was wondering, like, why is it all wet? And it was raining outside, so I figured that maybe there was something wrong with the roof. And there he goes, always climbing up on stuff. But yeah, I figured that there was probably some kind of leak in the roof. There is another one over by a chimney that she's gonna have fixed, the landlord. And I thought that there was like a new leak, and I figured let me go ahead and try and fix that. But when I checked it out, I realized it was actually the sink that was broken, not the roof, which is awesome because it's a lot easier for me to fix a sink than it is for me to try to fix a roof. I also, when I went out to go get the new parts for the sink, I ended up finding that they had like a plastic tub that was really cheap, and I ended up getting it just so that I can give Scout a new sandbox. So hopefully you guys watching today can watch me set it up for Scout and see his reaction to it. So I'm actually gonna go upstairs right now because I wanna see if I can fix the sink. Let me just check on Luna. Here, I don't know if you guys can see her from here. She's out there on the table, hanging out. Anyway. And here are the goldfishies. They're still doing really good. I'm really glad that they made it safe. They kind of knocked some stuff down in the tank, but they're doing okay. The Placo's in there as well. Let me see where he is. He's over here on the side. I don't know if you can really, yeah, there he goes. And then I also have a albino loach that's in here somewhere. He just kind of hangs out inside of some of the little hide spots. He only really comes out when I feed them in the morning, and then the rest of the time he just kind of hides away. Eventually, when I go get my stuff, I'm gonna put this tank up on a cabinet thing that I have, not cabinet, but like a little table that I have. If not, I'll end up buying them like a nice little shelf or something that I can put on. Anyway, so right now I'm gonna go upstairs into the bathroom, and we're gonna see about fixing that sink real quick, and hopefully it doesn't take me too long, or you guys can hang out and watch while that happens. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on the toilet so you can sit on the toilet while I do this. But let me show you actually what happened so you can get an idea. So if you take a look, this pipe right here actually broke. You can see here that's cracked. And then this part right here is actually supposed to be attached to the sink. To this part down here. And this is actually the other side of it, and right down here all this plastic cracked and just broke. So basically whenever I turned the water on, it was going through here, through the crack, and then filling up this bowl down here, which you can see has got nasty stuff all in it from the water sitting there. But yeah, I got a flashlight here. Let's see. Yeah. So you can kind of see there where it broke. It's supposed to be attached to that. So I figured, let's see if I can fix this real quick. I went ahead and just bought a new kit for it. And you can see there how it's supposed to be attached to the metal part. And hopefully we can do this quick. Also, I noticed that a bunch of you guys went ahead and purchased some t-shirts yesterday and this weekend. I really appreciate you guys doing that. I hope you like them and that they come out really good. I haven't ordered one for myself yet. The only one that I have at the moment is the Luna the Wolf Dog shirt, the one with the moon on it. Oh, I guess it came with a new one of these, so I don't have to use this old corroded one. This is basically the piece that brings up and down the water stopper. I don't know what the name for that. That doesn't really matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this piece comes off. I'm gonna put that on. Screw it in. There we go. Look at that. Like new, right? Alright. Now I gotta get this old one out. Because it's... Let's see if I can do this here correctly. Sorry, I know I'm shaking you guys around a lot. Alright, there we go. So what'd you guys think about the shirts and stuff? They were cool, right? I thought that they were extremely cute. The girl who designed it, her name is Chibi Panda on Instagram, and I actually left her link. If you go to any of the t-shirts, you can see how it's spelled, and then you can go check it out. She's got a lot of really great art, so I was like, I'll definitely promote her stuff because she does some amazing work. All right, let's see if I can do this. It's stuck because there's like some stuff glued down in there. Starting to spin though. Falcor's under there. I think he's gonna try and help me. Come on, Falcor, you're supposed to help me with this. Let's go run and get some more tools. Here's Falcor. Oh, you guys want to see Scout? I'll show you Scout real quick. He's actually laying down. He's just sleeping. So, you know, I haven't been able to set up his room yet because I don't have all the wood that I need yet. I only have some of it. But I did get this for him. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just set this up first because I know everybody wants to see Scout's sandbox set up. And I'll just worry about the sink later when I'm done with the stream. So for now, this is just a temporary solution. I'm gonna give him this. Let me get the razor here so I can actually cut those bags open. He's already checking it out. Falcor, you wanna come in with us? You can come in. So my whole plan, as I said originally, was I was gonna put a bunch of plywood down here, but I need more of these boards, a certain size of them, and I'm gonna put them down here so it doesn't ruin the actual hardwood floor. And then I'm gonna put plywood on top, and I was gonna build a couple sandboxes, put some shelves up on the wall so he can run up on them, and basically, ultimately, just get rid of this little enclosure for him. He only stays in there at night, and the rest of the time he's running around. But during the day, like around this time, he's usually sleeping, and he likes to hang out under this heat lamp over here. What else? Yeah, I was trying to figure out where to put it. I think I might just put it in this corner here, because then I can just hang that light back up for now until I get everything else set up. And I have a couple of like shelf holders that are gonna go up in this area, and then I can put the heat lamps on it so he can hang out in the sand. So I'm gonna bring this over here into this corner, and let's set this up here. I know from one of the things I notice when I'm live streaming is it only looks really bad and grainy when I'm moving the camera around, but when the camera's just sitting still somewhere, it actually looks pretty good for being a live stream. Scout, are you excited? He's sniffing around, trying to see what I'm doing. Are you excited you're gonna get a new sand pit? It's just temporary though, we're gonna make you a nicer one soon. So I got these 50-pound bags of sand. They're actually only a couple dollars a piece. So I just bought 2 of them for now. You want to see what's going on? I'm going to give you a new sand pit. This is the same sand that I used last time. When I had that huge sandbox set up for him back at the old house. Falcor, you gotta get out, man. Or I'm gonna cover you in sand. Come on, you gonna come out? You just wanna be inside of everything. Here, come out for now. Otherwise you're gonna make a mess. A little wet. I think it got rained on. Yeah, so you can actually get this stuff at Home Depot. Lowe's probably has it too. But it's really cheap, so if you guys ever need it. But if you have cats, make sure that you don't let them near it where you cover it up, because cats like to pee in it. They use it as a litter box, and then it smells really bad. It turns into that ammonia smell. It's not like litter where it soaks it up and doesn't really make it smell like bad. So I gotta make sure that Falcor stays out of here and doesn't pee in it. But with Scout, sometimes he'll just poop in there, and then I can just scoop it out, and it takes forever, like months and months before it actually starts to smell bad. But I noticed when you have multiple fennec foxes and they go in the sand, it actually smells really bad really quick. So it's better to use like a type of kitty litter for them. Look, you got a sandbox. You want to go in it and check it out? Here, I'm gonna go in it. You want to go in and see how you like it? Yeah? What are you doing? You get the camera. What are you doing? Come here, buddy. There he goes. Is that your new sandpit? I'm gonna put the heat lamp up there too, so he can actually lay in there and get warmed up. Tracy, I see you're asking me how we chose Scout's name. I didn't actually name him. My ex-girlfriend Sarah did, the one that you may see in my very, very old videos when Spooky was still alive. She was actually going through cancer treatment, unfortunately, and she wanted to get a Chihuahua. And I told her, why don't we get a Fennec instead? Because I had been working with them for a few years, and I thought that they were super adorable. So I ended up getting her Scout, and she ended up naming him. I believe it might have been a character in a book, I want to say. I'm sure she'll comment on this video if she sees it, and she'll probably say it. But I forget exactly how she came up with the name. A lot of people actually think it's from Team Fortress, and it's really funny because I do play Team Fortress from time to time, and Scout was one of the characters that I played as for a long time. And he is really fast moving, just like Scout. I see he's going back to sleep here. Scout does not like watermelons. I see Gangster Wolf is asking that. He likes some fruits. He actually just started eating strawberries. He went pretty much all his life never really caring for strawberries. And every time I put them in there for him, he would just leave them. But just recently, I started trying to feed them to him again, and he actually started going for them. Falcor, you better stay out of that sandbox. I'm going to beat you up if you pee in it. Vampirella Stroker is asking, how did I find the Fennec Fox? I didn't find him. I was actually working with exotic pets for many years. I've been working with them for over 20 years now. And at the place that I used to work, there were a lot of breeders that we would get some animals from. And he was actually a captive-born Fennec Fox. He's about 10 years old now. He was born on Valentine's Day. And he's almost 10 now. He's going to be turning that in February. I did have 2 cats, Hamilton, but unfortunately when I moved out from the situation that was going on with my ex, he ended up passing away. Somehow he got out at the place that she was living at, and they didn't find him, and a coyote got to him, and she was telling me that they found him ripped in half from a coyote, which, well, it looked like a coyote got him because there's a lot of coyotes in that area. And it really sucks, but that's all I'm going to say about that. If you saw my other video, where I was really upset over it, you would know more about those details, but I don't want to get into it here. So let me do this. While he's just laying here, I'm going to go get some of the worms. I'm going to bring the whole beetle thing up. Remember I was talking about how I was going to do a video on breeding mealworms before I moved? Well, I actually did end up successfully doing it, and I just never ended up getting to making a video about it, but I still want to do that. Here's Luna. What's going on, Luna? You having fun outside? Hanging out? It's awesome. She loves this new house because I can just leave that door open and she can come in and out as she pleases. And there's a fence there. So as long as I keep checking on her, she'll be fine. And right now I just have her, I have Scout and Falcor and the fish. So those are the only pets I have at the moment. Other than the bugs, I have some roaches that I breed that are pretty much food too. So there's like, a few bugs, but as far as the big animals I got to take care of on a daily basis, it's just the 3 of them and the fish. So I got this container that has a bunch of the beetles in it. Not the band, the Beatles, but the bugs. Oh, Neo's still downstairs too. He was actually right next to these guys. There's only 3 of them in there though, so they haven't, I don't see any superworms yet. But eventually I'm gonna have a bunch of baby superworms as well. So right now, I don't even want to leave this down too long because you see Scout will go right for it. And he'll eat all the beetles. So then I won't have any more to breed for a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put this up here for now. And let's see. I gotta clean this out later today because they made a big mess. But as you can see here, look at all these guys. I don't know if you remember from my original video when I started talking about them, I only had a couple. And now I have a whole bunch of them. And these are their babies, the mealworms that you usually feed to reptiles and lizards and stuff. But he actually really loves them a lot. See, look at him, he's already going crazy for it. If I hold him up, he'll actually jump up to try to get him. Scout, you're an old man now. I don't want you jumping around like that. You're going to get hurt. Come on, we're going to put him in the sandbox. So what I like to do is just throw a bunch of worms and stuff inside the sand and just let him dig for them. Because they'll end up burying themselves in there, and then he can go and just dig and find them. And I don't know if you remember the old room that he had. I had that huge sandbox for him, so I would just throw like handfuls of bugs in there, and they would just basically bury themselves in, and then from time to time he could just go in and find them. And even though I feed him every morning, he still has extra food throughout the day if he wants to go looking for more. Oh, and look at these. These are the in-between version when they're about to do their metamorphosis into a beetle. And they look like a face hugger from the movie Alien. Trying to flip it over here so you guys can see. Do you guys hear Luna howling? I hear her outside. I don't know if the phone will pick it up though. Let's throw another one in there for him. It's in the sand, buddy. Is that good? You want more? Let's see, I'm just gonna get a few of them here. I gotta separate them. Usually what you do with these, I'll make a whole full video about it. I have another one of these containers that actually has the bottom of it cut out, and I put like a screen on there, and what I did was I hot glued it, but when I moved, the hot glue came loose, and I don't have the hot glue gun with me right now. It's still with all my stuff, and basically all the worms, when they're born, they're way smaller than this. The eggs are very tiny, you can barely see them, and they'll fall right through the screen, and then you keep another container underneath it, so all the worms stay on the bottom and the beetles stay on the top. But like I said, I'll do a full video to show you guys how to set these up, so that way you have a whole bunch of extra mealworms for your pets if you have lizards or anything like that that eats these guys. And then you just have a constant container of them, and you don't have to go to the store and spend like $5 for a little container of 10. Here, I'll cover some of them up. Are you enjoying those? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you with the camera. Where are you going? Come back here. There's more worms for you to eat. He wants to get those beetles. Come here, there's more. Look. You gotta dig for them. Don't be lazy. Here, look. There's more. We just gotta find them. Because I buried some. See, I told you, they bury themselves pretty good in here. Oh, here's one. I thought I felt one. He'll pop up eventually. He can hear them, and he'll find them as he's in here by himself. But right now, he's just interested in all these beetles. There's a couple in here that... Let's see. This one's not going to make it. This one's just transferring right now. Yeah, this one's actually coming out of its metamorphosis stage and turning into a beetle at the moment. I'm going to leave him in here. We'll see, we'll get a couple more worms and stuff for him. Crickets are another thing. Sometimes, like, I know some people try to breed some crickets, but crickets are actually very smelly and they jump out of their containers all the time and they get all over the place. So I always would rather breed the beetles and like these guys and the superworms. They're just a lot easier to deal with. They don't fly around everywhere and they generally stay within their containers and they're very easy to clean up. And this powdery stuff that you see down here, that's basically like mealworm poop. It's after they eat everything, it just stays in this powder, and it turns like they poop out this powder, and that's what's left over. So this stuff you can actually use as fertilizer as well. You can put it in like with your plants. I've done it before. Never really tested it out to see how much better it works versus using other stuff, but I've heard that it's pretty good for plants, and it's never harmed any of the plants, so I've used it. All right, let's throw some more in here for him. Ah, there's one in my hand crawling around. All right, got it off. He's okay with being held. See? I can pick him up. He just kind of goes catatonic when I pick him up. I can usually just like, I'll put him up here like this and he'll just hang out with me. Right, buddy? He's actually a really good fennec. He's really good, he's really well behaved compared to a lot of them that I've been around. But he's older now too, so he's been used to me being around all the time, and he's very complacent with everything that I do with him. I don't have one in my hand, but I'll give you one. Here, Scout. I have one right here. Yeah, they're actually very skittish normally. That's how they survive in the wild because, you know, they're so small that they kind of have to be skittish in order to survive. So when you see him being really jumpy like that, that's why. It's just part of their nature, because otherwise they're going to get eaten by another animal. So they always have to be on alert. And they have such good hearing, too, that, you know, everything is a lot louder to them than it is to us, pretty much. You want another one? Come here. I got another one for you. Here, come. There you go. Here. I'll move away from your sandbox. Let's put this over here for a second. And I'll bring the box here. You're waiting so patiently. There you go. Usually he'll try to jump up here and just take the whole box out of my hand. But he's being pretty good about it, so he knows I'm going to give him more. They're all in here, dude. You're supposed to dig for them. Did you forget how to use sand in your past couple months? Here you go, buddy. I threw it in the sand. It's right here. Look, in here. Right there. There you go. You see him listening for them? How he's tilting his head? He's using those big ears to see if he hears them moving around. Then he can dig for them. Are you done? Are you over it? That's my hoodie. Don't pee on it. Come here, buddy. There's more. Look. There's one right here. You missed it. He doesn't like the camera being really too close to his face, so... Here, you want me to throw it? I'll throw it for you. In here. I love it when he tilts his head like that. Ashley is saying, will he pee on things if you leave it on the floor? Generally, he doesn't. I don't have to worry about him walking right up to it and peeing on it. But I have been leaving these towels out on the floor. I usually have most of the floor covered up with them, but they're in the washer right now. And that way he doesn't pee on the hardwood. I don't want him to mess it up. So it's a lot harder to clean if it soaks into the wood, and it'll just start smelling in the room. So basically that's that. I gave him a sandbox, and I'm going to actually move this light in a second here. Let's actually do that right now. Put this over here. Try to get the camera to stay still. There we go. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to fully move it right now because I have to put the hanger thing up here first, and I'll do that later when I end the stream. But I'm going to basically put one of those little shelf holders up here, and I'll clamp the light onto that so it's going down to the sand, and that way he has a little hot spot in the sand to lay in. He loves laying in the sand. Like when I had that big sandbox for him, he would do that all day, is just sit there and hang out. And every once in a while when I come in to hang out with him, he would just be there digging, looking for the bugs that I put in. But as of right now, this is just a temporary solution until I can build him the stuff that I want. This cord isn't long enough though to fully do it. So I'll just put this here for now. That way it doesn't fall off and burn anything. There we go. There we go. Now it's pointed in there. Actually, what I should probably do is take this out. We'll put the booby towel underneath here, so when he comes in and out, he's not making a huge mess. That way it's a lot easier for me to clean up. I can just take the towel outside and shake it off. Here, Scout. Where'd you go? Scout, there's another one. You want another one? Come get it. You want to come up? There you go. He loves mealworms. His favorite. Here, look, there's more. Come on, hop in. I know. They're yummy. Let's see what else. Is there any more? Alright, we'll leave that like that for now. I'm just going to put this here for now, too. Alright, so that's all set up for him now. So he has a little sand area again to hang out in and sleep in. At least he has something, so he's not just in a room with hardwood floor hanging out all day. Kind of felt bad for him that he's been in that position for so long. So yeah, that's the booby towel that I had from that last video I posted. See, some of you guys are commenting on that. You're laughing because it's a naked lady. Actually, that was one of Sarah's towels, and when we ended up splitting up, that ended up being left with me, so I've had it ever since, and I've used it for Scout. Sorry, just dropped you guys. All right, so there's one more thing that I was going to show you guys. Hopefully he doesn't come here and try to attack me for this. We'll cover the boobies so we don't get demonetized for a booby towel. Okay, so you guys remember the hissing cockroaches? You gotta give him water. All right. So I was trying to, hey, leave them alone. I don't want you to eat them. So I was making a video about these guys a while back, and I was showing you how I couldn't successfully breed them because it was too cold and dry, and I tried putting some heat on them and everything else, and they just kept dropping eggs, and they're supposed to have live birth. They're not supposed to actually drop eggs. So when you see the egg casings, it's usually because they're dead. But I ended up actually setting these guys up in here so it's a lot warmer for them. And if I can show you, do you see the little babies running around down there? They finally had babies. I'll try to pick one up here. Come here, guy. I don't want to hurt them. Almost. Oh, he dropped. Come here. Okay, I got one. So here's one of the little babies. So I'm so happy that these guys are finally successfully breeding. Some states have actually outlawed them. Like in Florida, you're not really allowed to buy the females anymore because they don't want them breeding and getting out and then having a bunch of baby Madagascar hissing cockroaches there. They're not supposed to be in Florida. Here. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to drop you. I was gonna show. Yeah, so this is the hisser cockroach. I don't know if I can get her to hiss. They're pretty used to me picking them up, so they don't really hiss as much. That one did. And also, you can see this is a male here. Let me try and move him. Can you guys hear him? So, see the horns that he has on his head there? That's how you can tell. All right, I'll stop bothering him. So that one's a male. You can tell because he's got those big horns on him. And the females don't. You can see kind of a comparison here. Oh, there goes a bunch of the babies right here. They're all in this corner, huddling up with the mom. All right, so I'm gonna leave them alone. You see Scout's over here just watching, like, I hope you drop one. I'm gonna take one. You can't eat those right now. I know you like them. They're nice and gooey for you. So he's looking at me like, do you have anything? I don't. Sorry, buddy. I already gave you a bunch of worms. Yeah, so hopefully these guys will get nice and big, and then I can show you guys a video of that and show you how I got them to breed and everything. I got another one here. This is one of the cave roaches I have. I had two really big giant peppered roaches, and they were inside of a container together, and I also had old dirt. This was like old dirt that I used from a container of a bunch of cave roaches. So I wasn't sure when I found some babies whether or not they were cave roaches or the giant peppered roach. And I can find out once it gets bigger, but right now it's still a baby. I say baby, but look at how big this guy is. They actually grow wings. They don't fly, but they grow wings as they get bigger. So it's either a giant peppered roach or a cave roach. We'll find out in a little while. It takes them sometimes up to a year or two before they grow their wings. So I'll take this out too, because I got to give him new water as well. He's got dirt all in it. Was that fun for you? Is that fun for you to see all those bugs? All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what was going on with the bugs that I was breeding, as well as giving Scout a new sandbox that hopefully he enjoys. And for now, I guess I'm going to get going. And I just wanted to say hi to everyone and thank you again for getting some of the t-shirts and helping me out and becoming a patron. Yeah, that's how you call them, right? It's all new to me. I mean, I've known about Patreon for a long time, but I didn't really want to set it up because it was just kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like it was a little pointless and nobody would really care to sign up. But then I started thinking about all the cool things that I can post on there and give you guys a little insight to. So I left the links down in the description if you guys want to sign up for that. And what I do is normally I post a bunch of, I'm going to be posting a bunch of sneak peeks and some, whoa, you guys are falling, and some new pictures of the animals as the day goes on. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to put on there. I don't want to give it all away now, but I did make a lot of tiers. So there's a lot of different ways that you can sign up if you're interested in that. If not, there's going to be new t-shirts coming out soon as well. I have a couple of interesting designs that I've been working on. I just don't have them finished yet. So I figured I'd let you guys take in the new ones that I put up so far. And there's like the Halloween ones for Luna and Scout. I want to make one for Falcor and a couple other ones based on the actual channel. And yeah, somebody's asking me about my tattoo. That's Scout as Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger was one of my superheroes when I was younger. So I got a tattoo of him as Freddy Krueger. And I actually do have a Freddy Krueger tattoo as well over here. And then I have Jason, Hannibal, I got Leatherface up here. Oh yeah, and there's Gremlin too. There's Gremlin underneath the Freddy tattoo, if you can see here. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching and everything you've been doing to help support the channel and everything that I'm doing here. And I'm gonna get going now. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a peek into setting this up for him. He's back in his little box right now sleeping. So let's see. Everyone say goodbye to Scout. Scout, we're gonna go now, okay? I'm gonna let you sleep. And I gotta go check on Luna and make sure that she's not causing any trouble. Let me actually go do that right now. And then I'll go give the roaches new water and clean out all that stuff I was talking about. She's not even outside anymore. Maybe she ran away. That would make my life a lot easier. Just kidding. Here she is. Are you laying in bed? Are you sick of being outside? You take up the whole bed, girl. You're so big. She's sleepy. She's been running around all day. Look how long she is. This is like the twin-size bed that was in the RV. And since I don't have a bed right now, I'm just kind of using the mattress off of that. And she takes up the whole thing when she lays on it. She stretches out and she's like as long as the whole bed. What, you got itchies on your belly? Yeah. You want to say goodbye to everyone before I go? That's Luna the wolf dog. Being a brat. Just kidding, you're not a brat. You're just confused. You're just a confused girl. You're like, I don't know if I should be a wolf or if I should be a dog. But at least when she's inside, she decides to be a dog most of the time. I usually leave the window open for her here so she can look outside and watch the cemetery and the people driving by to go see their dead loved ones. I actually heard some trucks there today. I'm wondering if they were digging some new holes for some new people. It's very sad to see people there because they're usually all upset when they come by. So if I have anybody coming by the house, they're usually very sad. But I have a door. Falcor's laying on Luna's bed. This is an old comforter I have down there. They use it as a bed. But yeah, sometimes I have this door here that leads out to the cemetery. But this patio is kind of broken up right now. They're going to take it down soon and possibly build a new one. Because if I actually step out there, I'm going to fall like 20 feet down to the ground. It's actually a pretty far drop. But yeah, sometimes I stay here and I look out the window and I can see people going by to leave flowers on the graves and everything. And it goes as far as your eye can see. And another thing that's really cool is the street that's right behind that cemetery, the cemetery, it's really not behind it, but it's like part of the cemetery. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a road back there. That's actually Elm Street. So being that I'm a Freddy Krueger fan, it's cool that I live right next to Elm Street. But I guess there's an Elm Street in like every city, so you can always find one near you. And if I open this door, Falcor will sit here with me and watch as well. I always just gotta be careful because I don't want Luna running out, because that whole balcony out there is gonna collapse anytime soon since it's old. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's pretty quiet usually. Somebody's outside right now mowing the grass. But Luna likes to keep an eye out too. She likes to watch what's going on whenever there's somebody out there, because there's really not that many people that walk around out here or anything. So every once in a while when there's somebody pulling up to the cemetery, she likes to sit there and watch, see what they're doing. Right, Luna? Right? Right? I'm gonna get your feet. I'm gonna get your feet. Let me get your feet. She's like, no, you're not. I'm leaving. All right, guys. Thank you for watching once again. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're actually going on about an hour now. I gotta go finish fixing that sink that I was trying to mess with in the beginning of the video. I gotta go get the rest of my tools to do that. After this video posts, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. And maybe I'll do more of these if you guys are interested. Just let me know. All right, bye guys.